girls with their nails done now.
Hello folks, this is Aitan Aja from InspiredRise.com, and today we are going to talk about the Vivo V17 Pro.
Nails done. Girls with their nails done.
So guys, let's first start with an unboxing for the same. This is the official box for the Vivo V17 Pro, and if you take a closer look, you will get the SAR value written at the back. Firstly, on opening the box, you will see that the first thing that you get on the inside is a very hard TPU case cover, which is quite good in terms of sturdiness. You also get the documentation, which is the warranty card, quick start guide, etc. You get the SIM tray removal pin, you get the USB Type-C cable, which is really huge. You also get the Vivo V17 smartphone on the inside. The color that we had, the particular model was the black one. Otherwise, there's also a white color which looks pretty good. You get the fast charger on the inside, 9-volt 2 ampere charger, and you also get an in-ear style earphone on the inside, which is also pretty good. At around 201 grams of weight, it's not lightweight at all, and at the back you get 4 camera modules. At the bottom there's the USB Type-C. On the left hand side there's a dedicated Google Assistant button. At the top there's a 3.5mm jack along with the dual pop-up camera, and if you look closely, it has got a glass back and has a pretty powerful flashlight at the back. It also has dual SIM connectivity options but no micro SD card support. And if I talk about the display, it's a 6.44-inch 20:9 AMOLED display, quite good colors, and it's a full view display. The in-display fingerprint sensor on this one is also pretty fast, and you will notice in day-to-day usage that they have improved this technology a lot. This device has support for FM radio, and it comes with a 4100 mAh battery which easily lasts you throughout the day. There's support for 18-watt fast charging. It supports USB OTG as well. And if I talk about the software experience, it comes with FunTouch OS based on Android 9 Pie. There were some preloaded bundled applications, but you can remove them, and there's also a dark mode present on this smartphone. So that's some of the good features, and particularly the choice of launcher is something that boils down to you. I didn't find any issues with it, while some people might want to change it. The choice of chipset on the smartphone was disappointing. It comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 and 8GB of RAM, 128GB of internal storage, and it does support USB OTG. Out of the 128GB, you get around 110GB free. Particularly, I would have loved a more powerful chipset on the smartphone, but that's not present, and the Indian model for the smartphone also does not come with NFC. If I talk about the sensors, it does come with all sensors required for a great smartphone experience, and the internal storage is also pretty fast at around 502 megabytes per second read-write speed, and wideband L1 is also supported on the smartphone, but sadly Cam2 API is only on limited support, so that's something that I want to see improved with future updates. If I talk about the benchmark scores, Snapdragon 675 is something that we have tried and tested on a lot of other smartphones, and the scores were similar to those scores that we had already experienced before, and there's nothing new to write home about. And I particularly feel that they could have seriously gone for a higher powered chipset for this one. You can play games like PUBG on HD and high settings, and there was no lag whatsoever. The AMOLED display and the full view display does make the overall gaming experience much better compared to a lot of other smartphones, and you can play a lot of other different games also on maximum possible settings, and there won't be any heating whatsoever on the smartphone, so that's one of the positives. Talking about the camera setup on this device, it comes with a 48MP f1.8 main camera sensor, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera sensor, and a 13-megapixel telephoto sensor, along with an additional 2-megapixel depth sensor. The front camera for this one has 2 camera modules, a 32MP pop-up module, and a 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera sensor. Particularly, I found that this is one of the best selfie camera smartphones right now, if we take into consideration all of the modes available, all of the options available for this smartphone. The image quality in particular was very good, and I found that the selfie camera for this one is definitely one of the sharpest out there. If I talk about the selfies, you get a lot of different options in terms of the portrait filters like rainbow filter, stereo lighting filter, and n number of filters for shooting. But what I found was the macro mode needs more refinement. There was oversaturation in some of the shots from the back camera, and apart from that, the videos recorded from this one were pretty good, but in low light there was some noise in the 4K videos shot from this smartphone. If I talk about the highlight feature of the smartphone, it's the fact that you can use the front camera in order to shoot really ultra wide videos which have quite good stabilization. So I think that's one of the highlights for the smartphone. Anybody who's into vlogging would definitely love this feature. You can also shoot the videos from the front camera, 1080p videos, but the front camera videos are not as stellar as those which come out from the back camera. And I guess the 32MP dual selfie is one of the unique features for the smartphone. And now let's talk about the sound quality. So even though it's not stereo, the sound output was pretty good. And now let's talk about the pricing. The smartphone would retail for a price of 29,990 in India, and for such a price I believe that it's certainly underperforming in some segments like the chipset and gaming. Otherwise I felt that it does offer a lot of things to make it a great smartphone, but I felt that if the chipset could have been slightly more powerful, it would have been an even better choice. Right now, this is a great smartphone for those people who are selfie lovers, who are camera lovers, and who want an absolute best full view display in a certain price segment. For them, it's a good smartphone. But if you're somebody who's looking for the most highly performing smartphone in a particular price point, then maybe this is not the one for you. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and do subscribe to Inspire to Rise for more awesome tech videos like this one. And guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise.